Running out of ammo in the magazine down here. Go ahead and post down below if you know some things that rhyme with Nostradamus. Could really use some help here. I'm starting to sputter. Maybe it's a silly intro anyway. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? It's a little bit, everyone's in a bit better mood today, I think. I'm not sure why. Well, anyway, in the crypto market, I don't know about the stock market. Stock market was kind of on fire. I mean, as much fire as you could be on after the past couple days, last week. We keep seeing down. And the NASDAQ was a pumping last night, but I just checked it. That brings me to another story, boys and girls. But I just checked it and it was down negative 100. Let's hop over to the desktop. Stock market is going to open in about 5 minutes. We'll see what's happening over there. A little bit of a story. So normally when I wake up, this is a little bit of a TMI, too much TMI, Tom. Just stop now. Stop while you're ahead. So normally when I wake up, I need caffeine like almost immediately. I need an intravenous IV of caffeine just to give me enough energy to finally get out of bed and go make my coffee. Then I make my coffee. Usually times it to coffee make you go, how does Beverly Goldberg say it? Make that happen. So the stream might be dictated by that because I slept in a little bit. I was sleeping, I was dreaming, and then I heard this voice like Tom, and it kind of weirded me out and it woke me up, and I'm like, who's in my room, right? No one. But so then I noticed I was kind of slept in a bit, so I'm a little behind schedule. We'll have to see if the old boom boom hits. I told you it was TMI. Anyway, so the NASDAQ, man, this thing. So yesterday, pretty big thing happened on stream. I closed out my Tesla position. I sold my Tesla in my big account. It killed me to do so. I still have Tesla in my IRA. And it immediately looked like it was an okay decision because it was down another 50. And then this morning, Tesla was up to like 720. So it immediately looked like I made the worst decision in the world. But it's all right. You know what? I think part of the reason I slept so well last night is that I now have so much cash. Like I have more cash now in my bank account than what I had like the first half of 2020. And I still got a lot invested in my small account. I still got a lot invested in crypto. I think crypto right now is where the best opportunity is. SGG in the house. Saint Gang. What is happening? How you doing, brother? You might have missed it yesterday. I sold my Tesla. You're going to be like, man, Tom, what the hell's wrong with you? Why'd you do that? So I sold my Tesla because I'm going to start doing real estate. I haven't decided how deep, but I'm looking to buy another house. And Tesla was the best position to currently take off the board with the least tax impact. And even though I think there's still a lot of room for Tesla to grow this year, it's a tough one because I kind of thought the stock market, I kind of think stock market's actually going to have a rough year. I'm kind of on the other side of the fence of most people. I'm currently kind of right, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay right? Government, the Fed could step in at any second, flip a switch. The next thing you know, slot machine, the never-ending winning slot machine's back on. Yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. Yeah, man, I was pretty excited about. I don't know what it means, and he's already. Let's hop over to that right now. So. Where are we at? Charles Hoskinson. This is probably going to refresh. We're probably going to need to find it. In case you're wondering, so this is from Big Daddy, Big Papa Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano, one of the men we all love. In case you're wondering, Elon Musk is trolling Cardano, and yes, we love it. So this is coming straight from the horse's mouth. Now, what does it mean? I don't know. Elon's already, so you can kind of see right now, Elon had the picture of the fork in the road, talking about the very hard fork coming for Cardano, the smart contracts, the meta fork coming March 1st. Now, does that mean he's done? Does he bought? So he's also recently, before that, he was talking about, like, I hear the US dollar's getting pegged. Yeah, doing a play on pegging. You don't know what that is? You probably shouldn't Google it, to be honest, because if you don't know what that is, there's a reason, and that reason is you just kind of walk a line that you don't want to know, and you're probably better off. Pretty funny joke. I didn't really know what he was talking about when he said being pegged by the US dollar, or pegging, or however he phrased it. But he's talking about Cardano when it hit $1. So what I do know about Elon is he is really starting to go. So Elon, I think he tweeted about Doge again this morning, and I think Doge is up a penny. So I wish he would stop pumping Doge, man. But because a lot of people keep getting wrecked in that, right? A lot of people try and buy it, and it goes up, and they can't, whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, where was I going? Cardano, Elon. Oh yeah, so Elon loves to hint. He loves to have puzzles. He did it with Bitcoin. Changed his profile to Bitcoin. Said it was inevitable. And really, that was letting people know that there was a sign he was interested in Bitcoin. We're assuming. I'm assuming. But he likes to do stuff like that all the time. Kind of hint at it. And I think because he likes effing with the SEC even a bit. Because I don't know that the SEC can necessarily do anything when he hints that he bought Bitcoin. Like, he's done it with stocks, and it's gotten his ass in trouble. I mean, you know, he said he wanted to take his private company, or his company private and all that. And he had the 420, and he ended up getting fined a lot and all kinds of, like, I think removed from the board and etc. So he did it with Bitcoin, and next thing you know, Bitcoin announces they bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. So what does that mean in Cardano? Maybe he's just having fun with it. Or maybe he actually loves the project. Maybe he bought a bunch of it, and that's a sign that he's letting people know before the word gets out. Maybe even that's one of the reasons Cardano started pumping really hard. Excuse me, hopefully that bang on the mic wasn't too much. I got some Polkadot news. I got some Cardano news for you guys too, but maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't think so. But this big pump, right? Pump it up. I mean, it went from 91 cents all the way up to like $1.20. What was the high that day? $1.19, I think. Maybe that was Elon buying it. I don't know. Let's see. Good, and you don't want to rent in these freeloaders. Tesla should grow at least 20% a year without. Yeah, no. Look, I love me some Tesla. It hurt me. It hurt me to sell it, and I'll probably eventually buy it back. I mean, I'll eventually, because I think crypto is going to outperform stocks right now. So I'll eventually. My plan is to eventually get to a certain point with crypto, take a bunch off, get back into Tesla, get into some dividend stocks, and start generating passive income. So I don't want to rent the freeloaders. Yeah, I got some exciting news for you on Polkadot. I love it too. And dude, I just bought some more this morning. We'll discuss that in a second. So if I were to get into, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. So I'm considering it, and then at the same time, I don't know if I want the headache. So maybe I Airbnb, but there's headaches to Airbnb because you got to furnish the place, and then you got to deal with other things. But it is a way to start generating passive income. It is a way, if you can do it, you can start building your net worth more and more because people are buying off your house for you, and it's increasing your net worth. Houses typically appreciate. Typically do a lot of things with that, but it can be a lot of work. I'm kind of lazy, right? I just want to sit here and trade, if I'm being honest. But I'm considering it. There are people lining up to rent. I would obviously have to be extremely picky, and I would be, right? I would really, I would not need to immediately rent out the house. I would not be desperate to rent out the house the first week. I could wait 1 month, 2 months if I had to. Well, you know, obviously the sooner you can get it rented out, the better, but it would be much better to really know. Like I would really want to know, but I'm still on the fence. I just don't know if I want to deal with it, to be honest. So I don't know. We're on the fence. You know, I'm probably going to sell the house, and I take that back. I'm almost certainly going to buy a new house. Whether I sell this one or keep it, I don't know. Yeah, man, I love me some Dot. I love Gavin Wood. That's a very, so Charles Hoskinson said, who is smarter? Someone asked him who is smarter on an AMA, Vitalik or what was it, Gavin? Gavin Wood, right? He's like Gavin, hands down. That dude's like. So I kind of think Charles doesn't like Vitalik, but he really likes Gavin. So, but it's really cool technology. There's a lot of exciting stuff they're doing with it. I something I should have done a long time ago. I bought 380 more DOT this morning. One of the things that kind of held me back from doing it is, for me, apparently you can buy it on KuCoin. I kind of messed around with KuCoin and it looked like a major headache, to be honest. And I didn't really feel like dealing with it. So I bought it on Kraken with Ethereum. It creates a tax event, which is annoying as hell. So I bought another 380 Polkadot. So I had bought in 500 before. I'm earning 12% interest. I'm currently have been earning a little bit over 1 Polkadot per week, staking it on Kraken. I'm probably going to get that up to 1,000. So I'm probably going to buy another 120 tonight when I'm able to buy more on Binance, because I bought 5,000 more in ADA last night. ADA was hovering at 95 cents. I see the Charles Hoskinson tweet that someone else put Journey Crypto or whatever talked about it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know what this means, but I gotta get me some more Cardano. I really, really think Cardano is gonna be $2. Like around March 1st, Goguen release, I think it's highly likely. Whether it holds that and continues to go up towards $3, or if it's a buy the rumor, sell the news, who the hell knows, man. But I really believe in Cardano. I really believe in Polkadot. Again, Polkadot getting 12% on Kraken's amazing. I don't know if you can stake it on KuCoin or what you get for it. I heard someone told me that they get 18% on Binance, which is freaking amazing and makes me jealous AF. I wish Binance.us had that, because I would definitely stake it there. I have similar plans with a portfolio that have 0 Tesla right now, but after they 10x and switch to Tesla and yeah. So I want to get to a point where I'm getting a lot of passive income from my cryptocurrency. I don't know how long that kind of stuff's gonna last. I think it should last for years, right? Places like people are always going to be loaning out crypto. There's a huge business in it. So being able to get, like right now, I'm getting $20 to $25 a day in BlockFi. Man, I can't. That's incredible, and that's at current prices. I think that's easily 2x, 3x, very conservative. So that's going to be, $1,500 to $3,000 a month in passive income. Continue to get a lot of passive income off my Cardano. I'm getting, I want to say, we'll have to see. The epoch ends today. I just added 20 more thousand. I don't know how soon that'll click in, but I'm getting about 5% over there. So right now that's coming out to like $200 or $300 a month, possibly. Eventually, and that's gonna, I think Cardano conservatively 3x, so all that's gonna add up. Eventually, we're gonna have to see, but I'm gonna want to have to. I'm not really an expert, or don't even know the best dividend stocks right now, but I would want to figure out moving some of that into a highly speculative, volatile asset like cryptocurrency. Though I personally think it's going to stabilize over the next 3 to 5 years, and into something that starts generating pretty stable stuff like dividends. Some kind of diversify growth, speculative with just good dividends that you can rely on. Doesn't matter a whole lot unless the economy collapses, and if the economy collapses, that's kind of the hedge with cryptocurrency, right? So yeah, I think they're going to last a long time too. MicroStrategy bought more Bitcoin. Yeah, MicroStrategy's out of control. I think they kind of had a play, and I kind of want to look at that because it was crazy. I don't know if you. So I was watching Kraken, and this chart right here is Kraken. This chart right here is Kraken. No, this one's not Kraken. See the difference though? This one is Bitstamp, and this is Kraken. Look at that wick, man. So it happened on I was sitting here watching Kraken because Kraken's one of my favorite apps to just check prices because it has it all lined up and most of my top cryptos, and it was just going absolute ape. I mean, Ethereum was just look at the wick, look at the wick. It's insane. It was $2,000, and within seconds it was below 1,000. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? What the actual f, right? Cardano, the same thing. It was over $1. Went down below, what is this? Below 20 cents, down to 15 cents. And I'm like, what? Like, I wasn't panicked. I was more in shock. Same with Polkadot. And it was really only on these three assets. It wasn't in, I checked others. It didn't happen in Bitcoin. Bitcoin was getting hammered at the time, but Bitcoin on Kraken was falling down from like 58,000 down to 48,000 like every other exchange. So Polkadot, same thing, man. It was at like $40 all the way down to like 12 bucks, 12 and a half bucks. And I'm just like, man, this is insane. What's going on? I gotta buy. So I split my app over to Binance, and it was like, you know, Ethereum was down from 2000, but it was still around 1600. Same with, well, I couldn't do Polkadot over there. What was the other one? So Ethereum, Cardano, oh, and Cardano looked about 80, 95 cents, right? So there's a lot of speculation going on. I mean, honestly, I don't know. My gut instinct tells me is Kraken had a problem and they solved it. I don't know if you watch Cryptos R Us. He was talking about it again last night. You know, because he watches this quant and he pays for this quant thing, and it shows like another huge inflow going in a couple more times, and they're this same, you know, so he expected a big dump. It didn't happen. So one part of his theory is they're starting to fail because we as a community, I don't know about that. I think that is one of the problems with this industry. There's no regulation. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. With no regulation, people can manipulate the hell out of it. Personally, I think that what we saw over on Kraken was probably just a problem with their exchange that they got fixed and they're not telling anyone. That's extremely unfortunate. And I'm gonna go on my rant again, boys and girls. But that's extremely unfortunate because a lot of people got liquidated because of that. And if they got liquidated because of Kraken, and I'm not saying that's what happened. Though, you know, if I had to really, you know, make a stand, I would assume, you have to almost assume it was a problem with their exchange, or, you know, like why would they? Yeah, I don't know. So a lot of people got liquidated. Very unfortunate. They're very unhappy. I don't blame them. But I've said it once. I've said it a million, trillion, zillion, quadrillion, googillion times. Don't set stop losses. Watch your size. Don't trade more than you can really afford to lose. If you're waking up at the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you're about to pee your pants, but the first thing you do is check your prices instead, right? Maybe you've got too much size in the market. Don't leverage trade. I don't care how awesome, how smart you think you are. Trading, buying and selling crypto in itself is extremely difficult for most people, extremely difficult, because they can't handle the volatility. One of the reasons they can't handle the volatility because they're extremely greedy and they want to be billionaires overnight. They want to buy more than they can afford. I don't even want to talk about it. But don't go out on loans. Don't leverage trade. You're going to get your face melted because there are going to be events. This isn't going to be the last one. This may not even be over, right? What is Bitcoin doing right now? It's already, like, everyone thought it was over. We're back over 50,000. Everyone thought it was over. You know what I think? I think this right here is in play. The 50-day is in play at 40,000. The support level at 37, 38,000, and this very long-term trend line, they're all in play, right? The last time it happened, it did hit all the way down to this trend line. This is in play, boys and girls. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's in play. Are you going to be able to handle Bitcoin? And if Bitcoin goes to 38,000, hopefully it would bounce off of it. Hopefully it doesn't even go to that. Hopefully it bounces off to 50. You know, I'm not much into technical analysis, but it is sometimes these things play out because, you know, the technical analysis is there and the robots and the people will just do it. But it is in play. So can you handle that, right? And if Bitcoin goes to that, the altcoins are probably going to get hit harder. So can you honestly afford, what kind of a dip is that? At current level, that would be another 20%. It's in play, right? From the top, it's anywhere to like 30 to 40%. That'd be a 36% from the current top. It would be drastic. The 50 would probably be a decent bounce area, 30%. Let's see. Kraken CEO wasn't a glitch. Retail. Maybe possible. Can I look at my phone while drop? Yeah, I mean, that's a given, right? What are you talking about? That's what, like, it's practically glued to my hand when I go drop a deuce. So, yeah, there was a tweet yesterday. I retweeted it. Let's see if I can find it. It was very good information. There were 7 dips. Here we go. The last bull market, there were 7 dips. Oh, 9 dips between 20 and 40%. I don't know. What are we on? Like number 2 right now? Number 3, maybe? So we got a lot more of a rocky road ahead. So just buckle up. No, don't invest more. We need to look at the stock market, right? I don't even know if I trade the stock market anymore, to be honest, right now. But yeah, I mean, buckle up. Watch your size. Don't leverage trade. I say leverage trading is for hedging. If you got a bunch of Bitcoin and you see a big dump coming, respect the dump, then maybe you leverage trade it down. Like, say, it's kind of like your deltas in the stock market, but it doesn't necessarily correlate. Say you have 5 Bitcoins, see a big dump coming, you lower your deltas and you short it on the way down, and that way you catch some Satoshis on the way down. You don't sell your Bitcoin, you take the trade off, and maybe you increase your bag, or worst case, you get the trade wrong, but because it was just a hedge, like a 30% hedge, overall, you still increase your Satoshis, right? Stimulus, go, go, go. Yeah, man, this time around, though, I think everyone's going to take their stimulus and put it in, I'd say it's probably gone to at least 70, 80%. Everyone's FOMOing into crypto now. They want those big crypto gains, and it's easier to on-ramp. You can buy it on Robinhood. That laser eye meme. Come on, people. That is getting old. I'm sick of seeing your laser eyes on Twitter. It's not that cool. Anyone help me with Photoshop? Because I need to Photoshop some laser eyes into my Twitter. I'm kidding. All right, let's head over to the stock market. Let's see what's saying. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if the Nasdaq and the S&P caught a bid. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it hasn't. It has. Look at this. What do we got? Well, the Nasdaq. So Tesla's caught a bid. All my stuff. So I still need Tesla to rebound because I got put spreads, and I'm still going to play over here, but probably mostly keep it options for now. You know, high probability of success. We still got the small account. Oh my goodness. I don't have. All right. So the small account's been getting hammered a bit because that's like 3 Ethereum over there and a bunch of like miners in space. I'm down in some space. I'm down in some Palantir. Down in some Apple. So we're going to need some help over here, especially from Ethereum. Ethereum's on the move. It's up for the day. The IRA, man. The IRA was down about 8,000, 9,000 yesterday. It's doing good. Tesla, so Tesla's up. Tesla's up $15, which is pretty impressive because the E-mini is still down 6 and the Nasdaq's still down 111. Curious to see where this goes. I mean, I would be like, if I were to put a trade on right now, I'd probably fade. Let's take a look at what the Nasdaq. So I would probably go long the Nasdaq. I'm not going to, because the Nasdaq can most certainly add to its dump. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. Big dump on day 5. A big wick down more on day. So it looks like we're catching. Well, it looks like we caught some support right here at 13,181, but now it's looking like that might be resistance. So we'll have to see where this plays out. It does kind of look like a support resistance level kind of overall. I mean, it's not a big chart. We'll see. We'll see. I think Jerome Powell smoked this morning or last night or something, and that's what caused it to go from pretty big green to pretty big red. Mara is pumping again. I thought it was down pretty drastic. MicroStrategies, wow, I didn't realize it went down that much overall. That's a pretty big dump this week. I did, because that was like $900 a couple days ago, right? It's a pretty massive dump. That's a weird looking chart. What's going on? Date, year to date. Pull it up on TradingView, get a better look at it. Bitcoin dominance making a big move up today. Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that fall. I didn't realize there was, I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't realize there was such a big gap in MicroStrategies. Because it was at like, oh, there was 2 big gap downs. I mean, there was some big gap ups. So that was one of the reasons I bought some MicroStrategies in my big account. And then I did see this big gap down. And I'm like, I should take that off because that gap will probably get filled. Is that the last gap that we need to fill right here? Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it. There was a couple doozies down right here. They're filled, man. So this might be a good time to buy some MicroStrategies if I'm being honest. And maybe that's what I should be doing right now. I might do that, boys and girls. I just might. I'm not sure if this Bitcoin's going to hold right now, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to show some Bitcoins now back at 49,000. I think 50,000 is obviously pretty big level. What do we have here? We have support around this 46. It's about 51, 52,000 is a bit of a support resistance level. And then right at 49, there's not a lot of data points there, but this whole area right here is kind of important. If it dips down below this one, then I think we could see all the way down to the 50, possibly this longer term trend line. And this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but it's in play. This could like spiral down to here and then bounce and then back into moon trajectory. Overall, I'm in the camp that I think this is very healthy for Bitcoin. It is good to keep the run on longer. My long-term outlook is still way up into the stars on all this stuff. And I'm being conservative. I think conservatively, I've said it a few times, Cardano, $3 to $5, very conservative this year. Quite potentially much more Cardano, I'm sorry, Polkadot, $100, $200, very conservatively, if not much more, 300 plus. If not even more than that. I mean, the more parabolic, and I've said it a lot, the more parabolic this stuff goes, the more risk we have of it being one of those big crashes. There could be some parabolic movements, but I think they're gonna follow those up with some big dips like we're seeing now. There's much more liquidity coming into this. It's already a 3x plus over 2017. With more coming, liquidity adds a lot of stability. You got institutional liquidity, lots of institutional liquidity that's going to continue to come. Like, I'm surprised we haven't heard any news already. Like, we've already heard Square bought more, but they're going to continue to do that. PayPal is going to continue to buy. MicroStrategies is going to continue to buy. Grayscale is going to continue to buy. I think on the horizon, it's very likely that I think there's already an Ethereum ETF up for approval right now. There's high likelihood we're going to start seeing Ethereum ETFs get approved. I've mentioned a few times, Tastyworks has a small exchange future up for approval. I think there's high likelihood that's going to come pretty soon, and that's going to be a bucket of altcoins. I don't know if Bitcoin is going to be included in that, but I'm very excited to see what's in that. And it's only going to be 1/20th of the size, so it's going to be a super efficient way to go long crypto, or possibly even hedge your position with a much smaller size. I'm very excited about that. So I'm very surprised we haven't heard like Apple is adding cryptocurrency to their wallet and they're accumulating Bitcoin. Same with Facebook. I mean, Facebook's already got Diem or Libra or whatever the F they call it now coming out soon. Amazon is like, this news has already disappeared. No one's talking about it, but they're beta testing or testing cryptocurrency in Mexico or Latin America, something like that. That's a very, very, very large community of people. A big population, and a lot of those countries could use some stability in cryptocurrency. So I think a lot of good things can come from that. Just like Charles is over in Africa and some European countries trying to help stabilize their economy with Cardano. It's one of the reasons I love him and that project so much. So I think, it's inevitable. A lot of good things are coming. As I've mentioned numerous times, just watch your size. Don't try and get rich overnight. If you're watch your expenses. Use things like Truebill, personal capital. Cut out the unnecessary stuff. The younger you are, the sooner you can get ahead. Don't cut out going to the bars. Just one less time. I would say period. I wasted so much money in my youth going to the bars. My secret, I probably shouldn't tell you my secret, is I would go buy a 12-pack. Oh my goodness, this is I just need to stop. But I would go buy and consume a large amount before I went to the bars, and then I basically didn't remember anything. But Tom, why did you tell people that? Excuse me. Anyway, so just watch your expenses, dollar cost average, continue to buy your blue chips, buy your Bitcoins, buy your Ethereums, buy your Polkadots, buy your Cardanos. You can start small amounts. I like Uniswap. There's a few. You can see what I'm in. You can see what I like. Where are we at? So Ethereum is, my biggest 30% is Cardano, 29% is Ethereum. That just went down a bit because I bought some Polkadot. And then the next is Bitcoin. The end game is the Bitcoin percentage will go up as some of the others go down, because I think Bitcoin is the king long term. And then, excuse me, after that, Polkadot, we just increased that bag. I love me some Polkadot. I do want to get me some more Polkadot. 12% is freaking amazing. Like I said, I'm already earning over one Polkadot a week. That number is just going to go up, and that compounds per week. The same with Cardano, 5%. I cannot wait to see my next reward later today. 5% every 5 days, every freaking 5 days. And this needs to be updated, but this is my current passive income, and it's behind because I just bought more Polkadot and I just bought more Cardano. And again, these numbers were going to go up as the price of the asset goes up. The Canadian brand new BTC ETF keeps buying. They bought over 600. Yeah. No, just wait. I can't wait, brother. It's exciting. There's so much coming, and I'm kind of curious if this dump does not, like this recent dump, and this is all tinfoil hat crap, but personally, I think it all ties together, right? Like, I think the last dump kind of tied around when Tesla and MicroStrategy, like they knew, right? Someone like I think Tesla or no MicroStrategies or someone did it all through Coinbase. I don't remember. I think MicroStrategies. But I think there's definitely some phone calls going on saying, "Hey man, we need to make sure." And maybe they're playing games on top of it. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we just really don't know. But I mean, obviously, personally, I wish they would just do all that stuff on the OTC. Come to an agreement with like F2 Pool or some whale. But the whales just want to manipulate it and get extras. So I don't know. It's tough, man. Again, like I said, you just got to be able to buy and hold. If you are trying to day trade, swing trade it, my gut instinct tells me most of you are going to fail at that. There's some people out there that can do it, like going from Bitcoin to Ethereum and back, right? But you're fighting Uncle Sam on that. And so if you're small, right? If you're not, like, say you, and no offense, but if say you just work on a minimum wage job and your yearly income is not a lot, but you have enough to invest in crypto, you can try, going back and forth and raising your bag quicker, and you might be successful. But you're going to get eaten alive by fees, and you're still going to somewhat be eaten alive by Uncle Sam. It's going to be a headache you don't like. It is a really, really tough gig to do. 96% of day traders in the stock market fail because it's very difficult. And right now, that number is probably not as bad because fees over there are nominal, especially when it comes to stocks. In the stock market, as you guys have watched me trade over time, I mostly do it with options, selling premium greater than 50% chance of success. And that's how I do the short term. And then I have my long-term stuff like Tesla and things like that have done really well. And I am of the same attitude over in cryptocurrency. You definitely just want to buy and hold it as much as possible. It pained me to buy Polkadot because I had to do it with Ethereum. I mean, I could go wire transfer to Kraken, but I just don't want to deal with that. I don't, So I took a little bit of a haircut on that. I'm okay with that. I'm probably going to buy more Ethereum tonight, transfer it over to Kraken, and finish getting my. It's OCD, man. I can't have 800 and what is it? 890. I must have 1,000, right? It's just one of those things. So anyway, let's wrap this up. Bitcoin 49.6, still kind of. We don't know. We're still in that OS zone. We don't know if it's gonna hold. I think today could be a pretty big day. My personal guess is we're gonna consolidate around here, potentially dump more, as I've already discussed, and go down. And at the end, it's fine. In my opinion, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Don't panic. We could come down to the 46. I mean, that is most definitely in play. But again, I think possibly coming down to the 50 at around 41,000's in play, down to this other somewhat long, because this goes back a bit around the 38,000 level, which was a support back then, but then down to this very long-term trend line today, which would put us at around 37.5. And this is going up every day we get past. So I think we're either going to kind of consolidate, possibly dump down, and then zoom back up. But a lot of this is news driven, right? So all it takes is one news story for us to go one way or the other. I don't think actually I didn't talk about that. So the Tether lawsuit is Tether settled with the New York Attorney General, and they're paying a fine, and there's some speculation that they're part of the dump to kind of help pay for that fine. Maybe. I mean, 18.5 million. I mean, that would be pretty easy to make up, to manipulate if you had that kind of power. So I don't know that I put a lot of stock into that. I don't know that 18.5 million is even worth them worrying about it, to be honest. But that's really big news that that's off the table, because that was a pretty big major FUD event when that first started coming out. And I think that did play a part of some pretty heavy pullbacks in the past. So it's really good that that's off the table. Really, I mean, the only real FUD that we have to worry about now is like Janet Yellen and possible governments banning it. Other than that, I mean, I see nothing but great news and big, big blue skies ahead. So we'll have to see. Like I said, I think it is very possible they can attempt, or another flush might come in, and then, but ultimately it's going back up to the moon. So it's either going to consolidate and it's going to be exactly as predicted. It's either going to immediately shoot off to the moon exactly as predicted, or it's going to consolidate and then shoot off to the moon, or it's going to dump and then shoot off to the moon. Wait, we got one other possibility exactly as predicted. It goes to zero. No, I'm not predicting that. Let's hop over to the stocks, wrap it up, see where we are at. Ooh, my profit and loss is dipping down, so it's a good thing I didn't go long the NASDAQ, because it's down another 100 points since then. That is not good for the good kids. Tesla is about to go red. It's hanging on by a thread. Mara is still holding green. What's going on is, I mean, this is barely holding green in the small account. Ethereum still up about 15 bucks. That's not big. It's basically flat. MicroStrategies is probably still keeping me alive over in the IRA. That's doing pretty good. The E-mini is, I think gold's down 20 bucks, man. Talk about not good for the good kids. What's silver doing? Silver's only down about 7 cents. The dollar is up a little, just a hair. The 10-year is up about half a point. The big daddy, the big one, volatility is up about 0.7. Overall, that's not too bad. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll have to see. I think tough times might be ahead in the stock market. All right, yeah, SGG, peace, brother. Most definitely. You guys have a good one. I love you all. Be back 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. Holla.